Welcome to another Sengoku Jidai battle. In this match against Marius at the Qing 1636 against the Joseon Koreans 1618. I've hosted the match, so I should be deploying down here, which means, unfortunately for me, that he will have a nice big forest to hide his infantry in. And the Korean infantry does very well in forests, as they are mostly armed with heavy weapon, which offers no impact against cavalry, but 100 against infantry. And they are also generally 50% shooting. So I'll want to choose a forest composition that could deal with the forest camp out, but I also don't want to lean in too heavily on that in case he does end up getting a lot of cavalry and I need to operate in the open. So it's going to be trying to find a good balance between the two. To that end, I do want light infantry skirmishers to take a look in there if I need that. I will need matchlock men and archers. In fact, I might just max out on an infantry. The boobing are medium foot, above average, or average, impact foot. The fact they're medium foot in Sengoku Jidai means that they cannot charge non-light cavalry. Could be irritating. So we'll try to save them for forest work. I do want light bannermen to control the battlefield. And the superior sword, 54 points, is a bit much for me. Actually, with 200 points remaining, I'm going to do it anyway. I like my lights. I currently only have one unit of non-light cavalry. Do I want artillery at all? Might bring some light guns, I might not. Let's consider the cavalry situation first. Armor helps in melee, it helps against arrows, it doesn't help against gunfire, it's pretty expensive. I think I'd rather get superior cavalry, even if they're not armored. And then sure, some average armored horse, cannons, and then a very awkward 19 points remaining. Scratch that. Superior armored horse it is. Deployment. Okay. 3 light horses, more open wing. Keep our superior light horse here just in case though. And then artillery also to the more open sector. We'll want swordsmen and matchlock men facing the wood, where their lack of range isn't so much of an impediment. Raw troops also facing the forest, where enemies facing them will be disordered. Okay. Archers to the wings. Good. Single unit of cavalry to the left, 2 to the right. And we'll have skirmishers. We could either use them to scout the forest, but we know there will be men there, or we could use them to push into this marsh and then maybe try to seize this forest. Let's have it both ways. Alright. Alright then, let's see that force composition and deployment. Lots of cavalry on this wing. So much, in fact, that I think I want to switch my light horse over to the other wing. Get our skirmishers into this forest, and some archers, or terrible raw archers, into the marsh for cover. Alright, that's how we'll start. Next turn. There's a lot of infantry. There we go. Into the forest. You're next. Into the marsh. I almost wonder if I shouldn't start shifting my guns over as well. They're a bit slow, but they could force action. Next turn. If they stay in the rough, we cannot charge them. If they break into the open, our cavalry can come into play. Start pushing to the edges here. Okay, all of our raw skirmishers are in the forest now. Face forward. I wonder if he leaves a gap here, then we'll want to take advantage of it. Easily shift over if he moves a bit closer. Okay, so next turn we'll start peppering them with shots from the forest, get these archers into position, and get our guns a little bit closer in. In 2 turns, I think our guns will be set up to start harassing them and hopefully provoking his cavalry into a charge. While, not getting killed here by this giant massive infantry. Next turn. Okay, so it looks like there is a gap here and he's filling it in. That's fine. These guns ready. And it's time to start being annoying. That's all we need to do for now. We can commence harassment, get the guns into range. Next turn. Good, good. Forward movement is what we wanted. Not that that necessarily means things will go well. They're in the open. That gives us a chance, at least. Okay, well, first off, superior, superior, average, average, superior. No dice. Move up to musket range. Try that way. Was not to be. Okay. One disruption. Two disruptions. Is that enough? Probably not. It'll depend on where we evade next. The boobing our impact foot, and we'll have them moving up. Now, or do we wait? Let's see. This unit doesn't even have heavy weapon to protect it. This unit is raw. They hold firm, unfortunately. What about you? Okay. Can open up with our light guns. Start moving up into charge range. And start opening up matchlocks. There we go. Okay. Next turn, things will start getting decisive. Next turn. There we go. Should evade, no problem. Although, that's a little bit awkward. Ouch. Ooh. We'll have to try to intervene to save that unit somehow. Highly unfortunate. They hold firm. We frag. This unit might not be even worth saving then. Don't believe it is. Okay. See if we can't catch this unit. No, then see if we can't frag it with skirmishers. No. They hold firm. And they hold firm. Okay, things are looking dicey on the left then. We can disrupt this unit, our charge could have a chance. Looks like, oh good. If we don't frag them at impact though, we're going to lose this unit, which will then affect the morale of all three of these. It's going to get messy then. Raw unit held firm. Impact foot away. Fragged. Good. Closing into matchlock range is a little scary. We'll have to do it. The next volley will be more damaging than that. Keep this unit in place so if they move up, we fire. Okay. That's the overall situation. Next turn. What does that do for us? Not very much. Ooh. Good, a frag prevents a flank charge into us there. Or not, because he had more units in reserve. Unfortunate. They're pursuing, so they won't take any losses from that. Now we're at 10-10. Unfortunate. Well, could be worse. We do get a free flank out of that. In fact, it might be best to do that. So even though they're disrupted and we're steady, because we're raw and have no melee capability, it's an even fight. But unfortunate. Work on getting, I was going to say getting behind, but apparently not. Good. Ooh. They held firm, which means they'll charge. That's looking very bad on that right hand side. We need to just continually delay this cavalry wing from sweeping around any more than that one unit behind us. One is bad enough, honestly. Next turn. 10 to 10. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That was likely to happen. Should evade that without difficulty. Ooh. We might just cave in entirely here. See what that does for us. Some disruptions. Oh yeah, the bad things. Looking like we might lose this one. Well, you get out of there. Extra cohesion check. No. They hold firm. Right. They're fragged, so they shouldn't be a problem. Turn around and get ready to join in. If I had an undo button, I would have moved them here instead, but I don't. Good. And back to the fray. Do we stand? Do we get out of here? Tempted to stand, but I don't think it would be wise. So instead, let's wheel back around this way. Okay, so I could turn around to shoot here, but if I did so, you can move. Maybe not. I think these are priority charge targeting one another, so I'm good. I'm going to take that risk. Almost want to fall back, but I don't want to risk a check. Okay, we have to fire at a half arc there to avoid getting flanked. Next turn. That's unfortunate. Waste of arrows. Well, there goes the whole right wing. Right. Let's smash this unit first. Then, well, why not shoot the guns? Get in a flanking position here. Break this unit, hopefully pursue into... Yes. Good. I think prepare to flee into the forest until you rally up. This is good. We're going to get a fair number of points out of this situation. Maybe enough to recover the whole situation. Maybe not. Let's get that flank. And unfortunately, we have no way to block this charge, so I think we should sit here and see which way it goes. Alright, so the question is, can we do enough damage here to set off the losses we take here to pull through? Next turn. Ouch. Yep, that was to be expected. That's good to frag a large size unit. Cover their flank. Keeps us running, I suppose. He'll want to reform a battle line here, which he is doing. Well, at this point, the goal, I think, is to nibble away the rest of his army, like so. And maybe try to win that way, rather than directly confronting this line of troops. Let's look at the state of this line. Well, raw and disrupted, so they could be vulnerable to a charge, but otherwise average and steady. And two of them have light guns for that extra 50 defensive impact. Disruption. Let's turn the light guns toward this cavalry. Okay. Get that flank off. Wheel. Oh, matchlock versus foot when own flank is threatened. I suppose because of this unit? I wonder if it recognizes this unit being zone controlled. It does. You know, after all these years, I still learn things about this game. interesting. So the flank threat, or at least the perceived flank threat, because this unit's fragged and can't charge, reduce the shooting effectiveness, but then that went away when we zone of control locked the threatening unit. Very interesting. Guess we'll want to form a line. They hold firm. Okay, so these three units are going to have to hold their ground until cavalry can arrive. Though with that, we might be over 25%. Okay, so we have cleared this side of the field, and it looks like we're going to neutralize the one unit of cavalry that broke through and got behind us. Break this unit. Although he is reforming a battle line here, I think we're going to reach 25%. But if we don't, through a rally or something, this superior armored cavalry, generaled up, it's got open ground to work with to get around. So I think we should have the victory anyway. Next turn. It looks like we've reached the end, the 31% gap. There we go. Tough match. I definitely got completely slaughtered on my right wing. That being said, I think if Marius had spread this great mass of infantry out so there's more of a connection with his cavalry, that would have been more dangerous for me. That way he could have sent infantry to see off my skirmishers or confront my archers in the marsh while the cavalry went for the throat here. That would have been very dangerous. In addition, the Korean army list is capable of recruiting light cavalry skirmishers. A few of those on his wing here could have made life interesting for me had they gotten around. Combined with a more evenly spread infantry line, that could have given his cavalry an opportunity to get involved in the melee more. As things were, he only broke through with a single cavalry unit, and it's just now ready to turn around and rejoin the fray, but it's going to get shot to bits before it has a chance to do that. But a tough time, like I said, on the right wing. The Korean infantry units are all, or mostly, half heavy weapon and half missile, so their shooting ability is pretty dismal. It can occasionally score disruptions, but in melee they grossly outclass all but our impact foot swords. So, as always with any matches in these three games, if you win but you've taken 24-25% losses, that means it was a pretty close fight until near the end. So good game to Marius. Until next time.